How are you guys doing? This is Martin. Know me from my series on how to pay off your car loan in 36 months without giving up Starbucks or being cheap. Or you've been watching my series, which the top one for the past month has been my video on fulfillment centers and how they could possibly have layoffs. So I want you to go back, look at some of my videos like from the 2014, 2015, 2016. See, there was a time where you could just go on Craigslist and you could just get any job. You can make like $1,000 or $2,000 within a month. Now, if you go back through a lot of sales jobs, you kind of have a lot of sketchy jobs. You really don't know what's on there anymore. I mean, there was a time I remember back when I was like starving, 2013, 2014, especially 2014, 2015, when I had to start paying my student loan off. Took all my money because my grandmother's house was in probate, so I was paying the last of the bills for the lawyer, and also I found out I owed a $19,000, $402 bill for the Medicare bill. So I was struggling back then, and I used to go to Craigslist. It was like I used to work at conventions, I used to work at 5K events, I used to work UC Riverside events. I'd go work. I used to work as a banquet server and stuff. Like now when you look on there, it's just like, in my opinion, I don't know how many of you guys have been looking. Like if you just want to try and find any extra money, it's more like you almost have to do a sales jobs, or there's no, like in my time there used to be a place called, I mean, it's funny, there were a place called, you used to be able to go to the store. I'd go play. Even in the hood, you go to all these different video stores. You would actually buy physical videos, and you would take these videos and you would put them into what we call a VHS. And then after VH, it was beta, like these super big tapes. Then the tapes got a little smaller. They're VHS. Then the last generation we still have are CDs. You can still put these. I have a lot of these, so I'll put them in the car. Or I have also had I used to have like a CD on my old computer, but it crashed. So we used to take these video things and movies would play. So there would be whole stores where you would go buy that. Now everything's basically almost practically digital download, and you mostly have the videos for, like, if you have a computer or something, if you got to just do a hard restart and just reprogram your entire computer. I mean, that's how much things have changed. And I think it's, so now I'm like looking at the world like, what's out there to do? Like if I'm going to get rich, what do I have to do? I'll be a dentist, something. Mostly you have to be someone to help bring people money. I mean, do you agree? I was just passing by the contractor store today. There's a contracting school, and I go by there sometimes. I see all these contractors going in. I'm thinking, like, what was my series on how I talk to you about how to hire a contractor? Yeah, they don't know how to compete on, like, just, hey, I can get the job done. Instead of trying to do the job quicker, they try to say I'm going to do the job cheaper. And then, like, now you're like, okay, I can't pay them all the money, because if you pay them all the money, they'll try to go do another job at the same time. Because, like, if they would have done proper marketing, they would be able to line up the jobs and take a different rate. But as soon as you get your money, and if they have another job come in, now they think, oh, I'm a baller now. I'm gonna go out and really try to make money, and then they end up screwing up both jobs, and then they get the reputation like they have. So you don't need a license to build a house. I mean, the only time you ever need a license is if you plan on selling your house, or you're going to do something. Like I say, you only need a contractor when you're going to do something that's visually going to be caught. When a person inspects the house, they're not going to inspect the toilets really. It's mostly the roof, any type of open plumbing, or any type of thing on the walls that are visual. That's the only time you need a licensed contractor. Other than that, hey, I need you to come in and fix this, do the best job possible. Let me figure out how to get past the inspector. Or if you're like, hey, I know I'm going to sell the house, and I'm going to really have people coming in and out who are licensed professionals or inspectors, or it's something that just kind of stands out that makes them like question, then you go out and hire contractors when it comes to insurance, liability issues, how you want to cover yourself. But I'm just thinking, I see all these contractors rolling around. I'm just thinking, oh boy, Bad job. That's why I like, it's funny, like you go back to the old days, I like going through all these neighborhoods. All these neighborhoods are probably built on men who were like contractors and stuff, but since the 2008 recession, everything was kind of reset. They all got laid off, and now they were trying all these different professions. Now they're trying to come back to like the construction profession. But the hood, wherever they live, the houses are nice. Now it's like a big ghetto. It's all trashy. And I like calling them up. Hey, this is Martin calling. Just calling to see if you want to sell your house. Oh, no, we don't want to sell our house. We're afraid of being homeless. Hey, you have 6 or 7 people living in your house because you weren't bringing in a lot of money. And they don't have any type of work ethic, so they think you're supposed to support them. House is being trashed. Why don't you want to sell it? The house is going to be worth more now, presently, than it will be in the future. But people don't know that. They've been programmed. They think a house is a good investment. Yes, if you can find someone to buy it, but if you have the generation coming after you who work in warehouses and only a few of them are making money in sales where they really make a lot of money, they can barely afford to live in the apartment they live in. You got, which is good. You need to start. I'd rather, like I told you, over like 25 or 46, it's between 25 or 28% of kids, 25 or older, living at home. So they're saying, like, if I had 3 kids, me and my wife, that's 5 people who have been living in the same. I bought the house 5 years ago. I got 5 people who have been putting stress on basically the infrastructure of the house, from the floor to the walls to the door to the plumbing to the bathroom. So that's just been kind of like destroying the house. So if I try to sell that house, someone's going to come look through that house, do a trick check the pipes, and say, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong. And you say, oh no, down the way they're selling houses for $550,000. I think I should sell my house for $550,000 too. I'm like, oh, I don't think so, buddy. What are you talking about, bro? You on crack? No, that's not how it works, my friend. So you got to educate people, and then that's why houses don't get sold, because they have this mentality of like, my house is worth this much and stuff. I just think it's funny, because you know why? Because I was the same way. I wasn't going to sell my house for anything. So finally I realized I'm sick of the repairs. I'm sick of the plumbing. I'm sick of just like, you're kind of like almost locked into one place. And then I knew the taxes would go up, because now with the new home building, I know local governments to say, hey, we're going to raise your taxes, because in our mind, your house is worth a lot. Though we don't see the 6 or 7 people that are destroying it every day, we're still going to raise your houses. And that's how I lost my 2 duplexes back in just during that big recession thing. Because I kept getting like, what is it? Tax assessments. I'm like, it's like every couple of months I got, like, say, yours $300, $400, $500. I'm like, it's a duplex in the ghetto. What are you doing? it was crazy. So I think it's funny now, like driving around and looking at all these housing developments. I'm like, I just know the people around, I think, hey, our house is worth a lot. Let's sell now. No, you should have sold probably 2 years ago before that development, because now they're going to look through your house compared to that and say, this is a dump, my friend. This is a ghetto house, man. Come on, man. Maybe you want to Section 8 it, I just think it's funny. So it's funny because I was also in Kinkos today. I remember when my technology changed. I remember when computer labs were the thing. Do you guys remember that? Who remember? Raise your hand. Remember how you used to go to college, try to be the first in the computer lab to get on the Macs, get on the IBM, so you could print your papers out, print your cool report out, and you'd take it and get a trade. I'm so happy. I was just in Kinkos today printing something out and spent about $8 on printing and stuff, and then whatever they charge you. That was the place to be to try to find a job. I remember, do you guys remember? There were like lines to get to the computers and stuff. Lines to get to the printer. It's just so funny. And I was just there today. All the computers are empty. As usual, the clerks that are working there, if you're going to ask them for help, they're not going to help you. They're too busy. So I was like, So I just thought that was funny. What else do I have for technology for the day that I want to tell you that's changed? I've been watching the Village People video too, though, man. That's a good group. I think for Halloween, I'm gonna dress up as the black guy in the cop outfit, or his whatever with the YMCA. But today, So who's like me? I went yesterday. I was able to make an extra $24. So I worked 42 hours this week. My goal is I need to get up to 112 hours a week. So I was looking at some jobs, and I'm gonna start going door to door, just selling products, man. Because it's like everything's totally different, man. It's just so funny. I remember like Macy's, all these retail places, you can go, boom, boom, get a quick buck. Now it's like gotta be like just like construction, maybe sales. I know some people are trying to do all this drop shipping stuff, so that's going to be the next shoe to fall. Amazon eventually is going to start reducing their workforce and expenses for any type of logistics. So that's coming, I think, in the next year or so. They're going to completely like get away from that. And you have all these third-party carriers that think they're going to make money. Amazon's going to put them on a set fee. They're going to try it, hire cheap labor, screw up, and end up going out of business too. So that's my prediction. I see like a big shakeup in the trucking industry and all that. So that's my thing for today. Man, make sure you set your clocks back, and hey, let me know what you think, man. Remember when technology, like, who remembers VHS, CDs, man? All that good stuff. Man, now look at it. It's like digital download, cars that drive by themselves. Who would think people be like trying to drive? Who would think driving an electric car would be cool? What I like about electric cars, you better drive it fast, because if you break down in the wrong place, you know what's going to happen. The brothers are going to take that car and take it apart. So I just think it's funny. Like they drive. You know why? Elon Musk is smart. The reason he said, I'm going to have this car drive fast, because I want to make sure they can get to a charging station as fast as possible. Because I see them in front of my house at the charging station. Because that's just funny. I just imagine like, honey, we're out of power. You're in downtown San Bernardino. Look at all these homeless people. It's like The Walking Dead, the walkers. But these walkers bite. They're going to eat us, honey. What are we going to do? They're going to sell me into prostitution. I told you to buy a gas car, you idiot. Already having an affair with your best friend, but now I'm going to die because I thought, hey, my husband was cool buying a Tesla, but I forgot. Tesla only runs on a battery. I like driving, basically I'm driving a big Hot Wheel. It's a Hot Wheel, man. Remember the Hot Wheels? You used to charge them up. So the Tesla is. Tesla's one of those Tyco race cars. You got to charge it. You know, you go, and all of a sudden the car run out of energy. That's what. I can't wait to see what happens when the power shoots up and people are like, okay, we got to stretch how we charge our cars. You see Teslas like these BMWs, like all the luxury cars, the little sisters come on. Charge electric car or stop to prevent damage. So that's my rant for the day. Later.